Yo, welcome back. Another episode of Fourth Quarter Sports, the playoff NBA playoff edition. Yves, what's up, my boy?
Man, feel good to be back, Ryan. How you feeling, my boy?
I'm good, man. Always good to see you, bro. I know we ain't been on in a couple weeks, but it's good to talk back to the people, give them our intake on what's going on in the NBA playoffs. A lot to talk about.
Man, too much to
But
talk about, man. It's a lot of
yeah,
games going on, a lot of good series, a lot of good players stepping up, a lot of people looking bad. So let's get into it, man.
well, let's start with this. I want to start with the Philly Boston series, right?
I knew
So
you was gonna
right
do.
now, Boston's up 3-1. Joel Embiid was out game 3, came back game 4, dropped 26. Tyrese Maxey struggled. And as you being a Philly guy, we talked about this before about the process, right? Joel
Yeah.
Embiid hasn't been healthy for the majority of his NBA career. So my question to you, if you're Daryl Moore, the GM of the Sixers, is it time for the Sixers to move on? Is it time for the Sixers to move on from Joel Embiid? What do you think the Sixers should do at this point, bro?
So man, honestly, that's a tough question to say because like you guys know, I'm a diehard Philly fan. I personally think, and I might catch some hate for this, I personally think Joel Embiid is when available, when healthy, when playing, the best player in our franchise history. Has he had the best career? Has he, the accolades, the achievements? No, Moses had more, Dr. J had more, AI has the same MVP as he does. But I think pound for pound, when he's healthy, when he's available, when he's playing, which is really rare, less than 50% of his career, he is the best 76er of all time. So to say to move off of Embiid is crazy. But I think it might be time, man. I think last night showed game one, we got wrecked. We got killed game one. Game two, Maxey had his flow, he had his game going. VJ looked like the mini D Wade people say he is. Paul George was a great third option. But when Embiid came back, unfortunately, he ruined the flow of the game for everybody. He took shots, he made shots, but when the shot wasn't falling, he's not the same defensive anchor that he used to be. He's not rebounding the same. And all that comes with, that comes with time, that comes with rust, that comes with healthiness. But as we've seen for 10 years now, healthiness isn't with Joel Embiid. So unfortunately, I do think this is coming to the end of the process. But we're in good hands though. We got Maxi, we got
Yeah.
VJ, we have, we got a good foundation of young players now. I think it's the best young core that we've had personally. So if he's gone, I understand it. Do I hope he can get healthy and we can get a ring? That's my biggest hope. But realistically saying, I don't think we win a playoff series, championship definitely with Embiid as the focal point of this offense.
I'll tell you this. I think in his career right now, the way he's playing, as we mentioned, he's missed, I think, over 50% of his games since he's been in
Yeah.
the league, right? Now, as a GM, if someone were to came to me about trading for Joel Embiid, would I want him? Knowing that he's a hell of, I mean, he can give you 40 on one leg. He's done it before. He's a former MVP. We've seen him be the best big man in the league. But would I want a player that's I know similar to Anthony Davis or if you want to talk about Zion, guys that are missing games the past several years in their season where they're hell of a players, but can they show up consistently when on marquee matchups, right? Because we know we can play. I mean, I'm looking at his stats. Yeah, they got beat 128 to 96, but he dropped 26 points, 10 rebounds. He shot nine for 21 from the
21.
field. So right? So, I mean, you're going to get his numbers, but also I think piggyback on what you said with Philadelphia, I think one of the things that hurt them that I wouldn't have done if I was Dell Moore, the GM, is I wouldn't have paid Paul George that max that he
That
wanted. I think
exactly.
that hurt. Not at this
Exactly.
point in his career. Now he's another one, right? Missed over 20 something games with, the drug, for the drug use,
He was hurt
getting his
too.
mental health right. Yeah, it hurts. So these are things for the Sixers that they have the pieces, but those from Tyrese Maxey, PG, and Joel Embiid, those three guys haven't played together a long period of time to really gel. Because imagine they were. Just imagine Joel Embiid was healthy. Just imagine if PG was giving you the PG he was when he's with the Clippers or even in Indiana,
Yeah,
even OKC. That PG,
of
right?
course. OKC,
Tyrese,
man.
yeah. Tyrese Maxey giving you what he's giving you, right? One of the best guards in the league, one probably top 2 guard in the East, in my opinion. And what Philly Cat could do with that system. Is it time to move on? I would say yes. The process has been happening since Ben Simmons, and he ain't been the same since. We don't know where he is.
Yeah,
You know,
somewhere
there's an
fishing,
APB
man.
out for Ben Simmons. Who knows, right? But as far as this series, you know, we all know. I think we know Boston's are clicking all cylinders, and I think they'll get the job done. And then this summer, there should be some talks about what can the GM for the Sixers, what can he do to really get some pieces? Because Tyrese Maxey's not going nowhere, and VJ's not going nowhere. He's if Cooper Flagg didn't get drafted the same year he did, he'll probably be Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
Kid is nice. He's the young backcourt for you guys. So you know, in that regard, we'll see.
I'm about to say, just adding to that, he's our best player. It's no reason he only took 14 shots. And he shot 50% yesterday, 7 for 14, 50% from the field. You're a guard that's a lot better than 50% as a big man, 4 or 7 from 3. The way we can play and run and go in transition with VJ and Tyrese, it's just not possible with Joel Embiid taking the ball in the paint. If you play hot pick and roll, you play from the nail, you operate out of the paint, it's a slower game. Our team is predicated off of running transition. Let's shoot threes. Let's blitz the passing lane, and let's run. And that's just not the case with the big fella out there, man. It's sad as it is to say.
Yeah, yeah, man. We'll have to see. Joel Embiid has to work on his health. He has to be able to be consistent in playing because when he's on the court, he's 30 and 10 waiting every night.
Yeah, man.
You know,
26 and
you're not.
10 without playing in weeks. That's a lot of people can't do that, man. But
Yeah,
hey, man,
not at all.
speaking of blowing teams up, man, it's some rumblings. If your boys don't
Yeah,
pull it together, they talking about Coach might be gone, Cat might be gone, Giannis might be
yeah,
coming. What's going on in New
yeah.
York, man? Atlanta
Man,
looking out there.
that was my next topic, man. I mean, the Knicks, you know, CJ McCollum, right? You know, the Knicks bounced back in game 4, right? They won 114 to 98 against Atlanta. They tied the series up.
Yeah.
As you know, CJ McCollum was in his bag game 1 and game 3, right? So I'm sorry, game 2 and game 3. So in my belief, let me ask you this question before I even give you what I think, right?
All
Do
right.
you think, even though the series is tied up, do you think the Knicks can still win the series? I know Atlanta has a lot of confidence right now. They're going back to New York, I believe, tomorrow. Do you feel like they can still win the series, even though the series is tied up going back to New York City tomorrow night?
No, honestly, man, I had Atlanta winning from the jump. Atlanta got so hot to end the season. And momentum's a big thing, man. A team that's kind of, stuttering off into the playoffs, coming in with coaching questions and who's going to be the lead, who's going to lead the team into the playoffs is different than the team that knows, hey, this is CJ, not CJ's team, but CJ, you're going to get this bucket. You're going to go
Yeah,
take as many shots as you want, play your offense, and we're
yeah,
kind of, fiddling around you. I think Atlanta is hot, man. I think they came in hot. They won a nice winning streak to end the season. They're young. They're athletic. They can switch anything outside of CJ. They can switch anything on defense. They can shoot. They can pass. They can dribble. Man, I think it's a good matchup for you guys, man. I definitely think Atlanta has a chance to win this series.
yeah. I mean, I'm not much of a Knicks fan. I love going to the games, but I'd say this though. I think ever since Trae Young came to DC, I don't know why he wanted to come to DC. Atlanta, you're right. Atlanta looks like a version of what they can be a really good team in the next year or two if they keep this core. Jalen Johnson, a young all-star.
Yeah.
Kaminga coming in from Golden State. CJ McCollum. Did you know CJ? I looked this up the other day. CJ McCollum has been averaging 20 for the majority of his career. He's put up all-star numbers and then been an all-star.
Yeah.
You talk about the king of mid-range,
The West was
his
so crowded with
footwork.
them guards, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah. His footwork, his float game, his guard play and his veteranship is coming out with this team. Obviously, he had runs with Dame out in Portland. Him being a veteran, you can tell he's taking the matchup seriously against Jalen Brunson. I mean, put him in a blender
Yeah.
to win the game, right? So Atlanta, do I think? Can I think they should? Or I'm sorry, can the Knicks win this series? They're expected to. They have to. If not, this is it. Got the whole team because they were expected to win the East and get to the finals. You know, Jason Tatum. This is when Jason Tatum was not expected to come back.
Yeah.
Dame went from Milwaukee back to Portland. Tyrese Halliburton is not around, right? James Harden wasn't even on the in Cleveland yet. They were. This is their year,
It should
and
have
you
been.
let it be. You let the Atlanta Hawks. We didn't even talk about the Atlanta Hawks this year. We didn't even mention Atlanta Hawks as one of the best teams in the East. I don't think we had them even having the playoffs. We didn't know that.
Yeah.
So from Mike Brown and those guys in the front office of the Knicks, if this does not work, we got a problem. And let me tell you why. Because Mikal Bridges, I'm looking at his numbers now. His minutes have diminished since game one. So game one, I give you Bridges minutes. Game one, he played 32 minutes. Game two, he played 37 minutes. Game three, he played 21 minutes. And last game, he played 19 minutes.
Yeah, he
He
was
hasn't
benched
scored
towards the
more
end of
than
the game.
he hasn't scored more than 15 points in this series yet. So, and this is a guy that they gave up 4 first-round unprotected draft picks. I blame Jalen Brunson for that because that's your man. Y'all went to Villanova win a championship together.
Yeah.
Listen, we teammates. Love you. You my dog, but I'm not giving up 4 first-round draft picks for my guy. You do that for Giannis. You do that for somebody like Luca. You do that for a max player, not your best friend who's not even playing well in the series. He missed the game winner of game, was it game 2?
That was horrible, man.
Yeah,
That was horrible. That was a horrible shot. I get it,
yeah,
time was running out, but you guys had a timeout, man. You don't take
yeah,
that when you're that player, when you're like you're not that guy. If
yeah,
Brunson does that and misses, you live with it. But bro, you
yeah,
the third, fourth option depending on the day. You
yeah,
don't take that shot.
yeah. No, bro, it's bad if the Knicks lose this series. You can bet the house that if Giannis, you have to get rid of some guys. You know, Mike Brown might be out the door. Who knows? But you bring him in because, the coach last year,
Yeah, Thibodeau.
Thibodeau, Coach Thibodeau, yeah, he didn't not say he didn't deliver, but the players talked about that he wasn't playing the bench. He wasn't utilizing all his assets on the team. So we'll see. But can the Knicks win? Should the Knicks win? I think so. But Atlanta's not scared and they're coming in hungry.
Man,
Another good, great. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
now I'm not sure if you remember or not, but we spoke about them. Last time we spoke about the Knicks, I told them the key to them winning is first and foremost Jalen Brunson. But
Yeah,
they're not going to win because Cat is not dominant, man. You took
yeah,
10 shots last game. You took 10
yeah,
shots. You can't have your second best player not shoot the ball. Why is Josh Hart taking more shots than Cat? Why is OG taking more shots than Cat? I mean, I don't know if it's a coaching thing, if it's
good
a play
point.
calling thing, if he's like, one, I know what he's not doing. He's not getting in the paint. I
Yeah, you
get
got
you
to
a great
demand it.
shooter. Go get in the paint, bro. You almost a 7-footer. Go
Yeah,
get in the paint. If they want to
yeah,
win this series, have a chance to win the ring, Cat got to get dominant, man. Stop being a kid and go be a lion. Like, go be a big cat. But it's not going to work like this.
yeah. He has to. He has mismatches. He has mismatches every time down the court. Now I know he loves shooting the three, which he can, but man, there's times where you see in this series he'll go downhill and get fouled and one.
True.
Put back and one,
True.
right? Turn his face, put his shoulder down. They can't stop him. No one on Atlanta can stop him, but he has to demand the ball. And this is where his all-star superstar ability has to come out to really. Yes, you got Jalen Brunson, you got a couple guys, but you and Jalen Brunson got it. This team only goes but so far when y'all go.
Yeah.
It's
I
that
think
simple.
people might forget, man. Cat was the number one overall pick. The consensus number one overall pick. Like, Cat was that guy coming out of college. He got off to
Yeah,
a slow start with Minnesota. Things happening, but bro, you got to go show you why you was that first overall pick. Do you
yeah,
want to be a Hall of Very Good, or if you want to make a Hall of Fame case, you getting old, Cat. Like, go on the run. Go tell your 5'10" point guard, hey, stay out my area. You work the
Yeah.
top, I'll be down low. Give me this ball. So we'll see, my boy.
We'll see, man. Another series. We got Detroit and the Magic playing in about 30 minutes from now. Um, Detroit needs a big win.
Yeah,
Right? Kate Cunningham can't be the only one, right? Jalen Duren got to step up. He's averaging, I believe, 9 or 10 points in the series. They need another score. They need somebody to help him out. Where do you see tonight as a result for Game 4 tonight? Where do you see that going? Do you see Orlando win, or you see Detroit coming back and tying the series up?
man, it's tough to say. I personally did not expect this. I did not expect the 1-2 series Orlando way. I thought Orlando would have lost to Charlotte in the play-in.
Yeah,
But
play
like you
well.
said,
Yeah,
man, K can't do it all. Like K, you need your shooters to knock down shots. Tobias Harris to step up. Tobias Harris is that vet for that team. Tobias Harris, of course, let K do his thing, but be a good second option. Jalen Duren needs to play like the All NBA player he is. He's All NBA this year.
yeah,
He's not playing like it.
yeah,
But the only thing they have working for them is that the Magic love to mess up. Like Paolo loves to get cold. He'll fall in love
yeah,
with a 3-point shot one game. Desmond Bain is a second option. He can't be a primary scorer, every game. I think they have a good matchup and a chance to come back playing a team that's not you know, as good as them. The Magic aren't as good as the Pistons. So they have a chance to come back and win, but I think if something happens, I think the Magic will lose before the Pistons come and win that game, if that makes sense.
yeah. I think the Pistons are not a due to win. What I'll say about this series is that Orlando, that game one, they play with so much confidence. I mean, I believe they beat them by 10 or 15 points. And
Yeah.
uh, Pablo, he can ball, right? He had a little bit of a down year. He's averaging 22 a game. He wasn't an all-star this year, but Kay Cunningham is averaging 23. So this is a great matchup. These are two young stars, but what I think would help Orlando is they're playing with extreme confidence. And when they won last game in Orlando, they had no fear. I mean, getting in people's face, knocking down shots. Van Carroll hitting that last shot that bounced all the way up to the top and went straight through the rim to end the game, right? So they're playing the number one seed, and that's how you should play.
Yeah.
When you're playing the top dog, yeah, you got to play with confidence. And I think what's to Detroit's disadvantage is that this is their first playoff run in over 20 years, if I'm not mistaken, right? So just like OKC, SGA, those guys went through their heartbreaks and going through the playoffs. This is their first run since Chauncey Billups and Rick Hamilton and Ben Wallace and when they won a championship back in the early 2000s. So tonight it's going to be a great test on how Detroit responds with this win, and I believe they will win. They need to win because we all know going up 3-1, typically teams don't win that game and they get sent home. So I believe Kate Cunningham will go for 30 plus tonight.
I mean, he's averaging
So
31 this playoff series, only second behind Shea, averaging about 35. So
perfect.
it's not on K, or it's on K to make sure they win. But if they lose this game, the other guy's not stepping up, and hopefully they do, man. I want to see this series go longer. I want to see the Pistons go further in the playoffs, actually. So
Yeah,
let's see
same.
what
I
happens.
want to see. I want to see him play New York. That's all we want. They
Yeah,
they
that'd be a
kick
good
New, they be
matchup.
kicking New York's. They beat New York up in the regular season, so that's what we want. So another game tonight. OKC, Phoenix. Um, bring the brooms out. Right? Go ahead, bring the brooms out. Um, I think we all knew about this series. That the Suns, honestly, the Suns overachieved this year. They had a horrible year with KD, Bradley, Bill being there, which is surprising. But this year they actually did well. Dylan Brooks, man, he's a key piece,
Difference
right?
maker.
Jalen Green. He didn't have a good series last year with Houston. They traded him, and he balled out in those playing games, right? So when they when they in that playing game when they play Golden State. So, them being down 3-1, this is OKC. This they from top to bottom, their depth, SGA, he's my MVP. Jalen Williams coming back from injury, Chet Holmgren, he's an all-star this year. I mean, this team can't miss. I don't know. There's no response. I don't see the Suns even being in the game within the first half.
Yeah, it's over, man.
SGA man ain't playing the fourth quarter of this game.
It's over. He's averaging 34.7. He's resting.
Yeah.
8 assists, 34 points. Chet's giving you almost 3 blocks. This series is done. It wasn't a good matchup to begin with. One thing I will say though, man, and hopefully it ends soon. They gotta take that whistle out their mouth, man. Like it's ridiculous at this point, Ryan. I get it. You got
You think so?
You got top 3 player in the world, and I get it, you have an aggressive team. They like to drive. They play in the paint, but it's ridiculous, man. You can't live at the free throw line like the Thunder
He lives at it. He's good at it. He's it's like he studies it, It's almost like they pay the referees for him. As soon as you put your fingerprints on him, is a foul, right? It's
the same thing with Lou Dort, with Caruso. When they do the same thing on defense, it's play ball, And I love that. Let them boys play, but let it play both ways. If Dort can do it, let Dylan Brooks do it. Let them get rough. But it's a sweep, man. This is done.
They're an elite team. I don't see anybody beating them. Fun part about this series, when it's over, we'll talk about this with the Lakers and Houston. But the Lakers finish out Houston, I believe tonight or tomorrow night. I believe it's tomorrow night. They'll be playing OKC. That's gonna be a hell of a series, right? But going back to the Lakers in Houston, it's gonna be crazy. Houston got a win last night against the Lakers. They beat them. 115 to 96. Now, Katie didn't play, right? And we can dive into that a little bit, but hey, Katie's is top 10 of all time, best scorer of all time. We know his resume. We know what he is, right? And you looking at me like I'm wrong. We can talk about it, right?
You said top 10 scorer. You can have that. Is he top 10 all time as a player? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, he's in my top 10 of all time. We look at his resume. Now, here's what I tell you, Yves. Let me finish this real quick.
Go ahead.
Right?
Go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He hasn't been the same. His playoff run has not been the same since he left Golden State. From Brooklyn to Phoenix and to now, right? You look at the 2 championships he won. I believe it was the championships he won with Golden State. Listen, this is a guy that pure score. He's never averaged less than 25 a game, right? We'll give him that. But these are times where we're looking at a 40-year-old or 41-year-old generational player in LeBron who's in his 23rd season, and he's kicking everyone's ass.
Yeah.
Do you realize that Houston Rockets rebuild? They were in a rebuilding phase, and when he beat them, and now he's 41 and he's still beating them.
Man, he beat Harden and Westbrook, and he's doing it again with KD and the kids.
Yeah, he beat them in the bubble. Fast forward now, he's beating them again. So we're talking about KD here, and this is the only thing I'll say, Yves, and I'll let you rock, is that KD, this is going to be a hit if they lose this series. This is not good, right? You are an all-time baller. I mean, we've seen pictures, we've seen videos of KD in the middle of the club shooting free throws. I don't know if you ever saw that. The man breathes, eat, sleep basketball, but this is not the time. You have to suck it up and hoop. Give us something, right? So my question to you is that how do you view the series, and how do you view KD? Because you didn't agree with me about him being top 10.
Yeah, I just personally don't think. Well, let me start with the series first. Series, I told people it was going to happen, man. Like, y'all can look at my TikToks, my Instagram. I was telling
you had them losing. You had Houston losing.
Do you know who they got over there? Do you know who was in LA? And I get it. I get it. Luka not there. I get it. Reeves not there. But do you know who is there? 6'9" out of Akron, Ohio. LeBron Raymond James. The greatest basketball player of all times, man. I've seen LeBron carry teams that are worse than this team to higher levels. And I get it, it's a younger LeBron, a more athletic LeBron, but it's never been a smarter LeBron. It's never been a more pass-heavy LeBron. So yeah, I knew it was gonna happen with or without Luka and AR, with or without KD. I had faith this whole series that LeBron was gonna pull it through, which he has been doing. We saw what game, and he's cerebral. We saw what game one. It wasn't a go out and drop 30. It was a Brian, you can't do it. Get Kennard them shots. You feel me? Give
Yeah,
Rui them
he
shots.
balled out too. Yeah,
Marcus Smart, boy, Marcus Smart like he back in the
man,
bottom. He back in Boston in the
man.
early days with the
I,
Mohawk.
I wish he won a championship with Boston. I literally just remembered. I wish he won that championship with
Yeah,
Boston. He had the green hair and everything. I mean, he was the heart and soul of that team.
athlete. And he's playing like it. They lose game what? Game two or game three? They lose that game without Marcus Smart. He's in blitz. No, he's not blitzing I'm sorry, I can't think of his name right now. If he's not blitzing the second year guy,
Mike
Reed
Thomas,
Shepard. Yeah, if he's not blitzing
Reece
him
Shepard.
on that
Yeah.
pickup to get the
Yep.
turnover, doesn't
Yep.
get that three, Brian's supporting cast is showing up. And this is why I
Yeah.
think that. So I don't believe in, losing games on purpose. But I heard Nick Wright say this morning on First Things First, not that they lost on purpose, but that it's better to lose one game and then let AR come back or let Luka come back and have kind of a free game against the Rockets. They're not coming back in fresh off and then going to play OKC. So hopefully they come back healthy. I know they're going to beat the Rockets. I know that the series is done. Hopefully AR will come back healthy. And I think they can beat the Thunder, man. I know it sounds crazy. I know it's real far-fetched. They're going to be heavy underdogs, but I think they have a chance to beat the Rockets if the Thunder. If everybody comes back healthy.
Though I'll tell you this, I think it'll get to a game 6. It won't be a sweep like they're
Yeah.
doing to the Suns, but this is good for the Lakers because if you beat the Rockets, tomorrow night it gives AR and Luka more time to get healthy. Because you're going to need them against OKC. That is a fact. You don't have them. This will be they're bringing the brooms out game 1.
Yeah.
And you won't stand a chance against OKC. So I definitely agree with you. And I think one of the coolest things I'll mention as well is that we're seeing LeBron James, his seed is on the court.
Well, you seen that alley-oop? You seen
He
that?
threw a lob. He threw a lob to his son. I mean, just think about that. He's like, we don't have any kids yet. We want to be, great fathers and we want to see our kids do well in sport. Just imagine throwing a lob to your son. It's like my son just caught a lob from me in front of thousands of people
Like regardless,
in the playoffs.
they're in the preseason. It's still amazing.
Yeah,
But you and your son went on a 10-0 run
yeah,
in the
yeah.
playoffs. Like that's crazy.
In the playoffs. Wow, man. It's y'all get up and go to work together. The same practice. Y'all go to the practice league to work out together. Y'all eat lunch together. I mean, regardless of how Bronny James got it, it's the fact that it's what man doesn't want his son working with him
Yeah.
and succeeding and being on the same court or the same field with him. That's pretty cool. But yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see. But next series, I think the Spurs, they beat the Trailblazers 114-93. Wemby returned for game 4 after being out game 3 with a concussion. He finished with 27 points in 12 rebounds, defensive player of the year. We knew that was coming. I mean, we saw that in game 1 of the year. He's defensive player of the year, right? So I guess with the Spurs, similar to OKC. Now, I would say the Portland Trailblazers, they've been playing with confidence. I love Scoop Henderson. He's been playing tremendously well. Abdia, did you know Abdia was with the Wizards and he was with Chicago, and then and then you go to Portland and he's averaging over 25 a game this year. Who knew that was
crazy.
coming?
Yeah.
Going crazy, right? So my question to you is, with the Spurs, how do you believe with them they've raised any doubt that they can win this series, right?
Yeah,
Clicking on all cylinders.
This series is over. I thought this would have been a sweep. I thought the Suns had a better chance of getting the game off the Thunder than the Blazers did of getting one off the Spurs. But of course, that's what Wemby was hurt. So that changes everything. But yeah, they're complete, man. They have great guard rotation. With they got Foxy, they got Castle, they got Dylan Harper, they got the 6 man of the year. Shout out to the Virginia boy. They got Keldon out there
Yes,
doing his
sir.
thing, man.
Salute.
They
Yes,
got
sir.
the best defensive player in the world, man. Like they have vets. They got Harrison Barnes playing good. They got Luke Cornett looking like a good starting backup caliber center. They're clicking on all cylinders, man. Spurs are going to be
Yeah.
scary.
Man, I mean, so they're playing with confidence, man. I mean, De'Aaron Fox, he's looking like a veteran. You know,
Yeah,
I had actually had some notes written down on him. Is that in game two, Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper. Stephon Castle had 33. Dylan Harper had 27. They're the youngest backcourt since Westbrook and KD in OKC to put up those type of numbers without Wemby even playing. So
yeah,
that is good. That is amazing. That's what you want, right? I got here. The Spurs, they were down 17 points. They outscored the Blazers. They outscored the Blazers by 38 points in the second half. Crazy. So they can click on all cylinders, just like OKC. They play D. They got offense. They get up and down. They're led by Wemby. They're led by De'Aaron Fox. You got Harrison Barnes. He's a vet coming off. You got Johnson, VA boy with 6 man of the year. It's good to see him, get that. He was emotional about it. That means he worked
yeah.
hard for it. That he wanted that, and we're happy for him. so love and respect to him. And when it comes to that, here's what I'll say is that the Spurs and that OKC, whoever, like I told you earlier, whoever wins that series, OKC and the Spurs, that's gonna win the championship. That's NBA championship right there. Because no one, I love Boston, but I don't see Boston beating OKC. We'll see.
And the way it's looking, man, one of those two could be a championship, where they're clicking on all cylinders. I'm glad that Wemby came back. He looks healthy. He doesn't look like he's stagnant. He doesn't like there's a lingering concussion. So yeah, that was a scary fall. Definitely was a scary fall. Especially being that small and that not fragile, not small either. That's crazy, man. 6'6", man. Excuse me, seven
Yeah.
six. But
Yeah,
being
yeah.
as slender as you are, the way he's able to control the paint, with being as small as he is and bouncing back, being that healthy, I'm glad. I'm glad to see him back healthy.
Yeah. No, for real. This series will be over. This series will be over probably most likely tonight.
I do have one
This is
question
gonna
for
be
you
a
about
wrap.
the team, though, man. I'm hearing some
Yeah.
rumors, seeing things on Twitter and stuff like that. People are saying that they should move off of Fox, regardless of how this year goes. Move off of Fox because you got Harper, you got Castle, you got a backcourt, man. Like you have an amazing young backcourt. I don't think you get rid of Fox. I think he's your second best player, but I do see I see the reasoning for letting the young guys run. What you feel about that?
I would not move on from him because he is the engine.
Yeah,
Right? He's the veteran. Stephon Castle, Harper, they'll get there, but they play their role very well with each other. But De'Aaron Fox is the scorer. He's the guy that's been in the trenches with the Kings a few years back in the playoffs. They had good battles with Golden State. This is a guy that's been around the block a little bit. He's not that old. I believe he's not, I don't think he's even 30. It may be 30 this 30, 31. So to move on from him, I wouldn't. If I'm the GM, if I'm Greg Popovich up in the office, I'm not moving on. That's a great pickup. That's an all-star right there. And then those young guys, they can learn and they'll continue to grow. They'll become of their own.
well,
Yeah,
let me spice it up. Then let me spice it up. Let me tell you what I
for
saw
sure.
exactly.
Okay.
So what I saw exactly was we know the Rockets need a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like KD don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be over there no more. Do you do I forgot the exact dynamics, but it was a Fox and some players and picks for KD like in salary. It worked out with the numbers and everything. If you
Mm.
build a trade around Fox and some picks, do you even want KD to come into this locker room? Do you want KD in this dynamic, or is it still just let them rock?
I tell you this, bro, and it's hard to say that because of KD's track record over the past couple years in the playoffs, bro. I know I'm getting 25 a game. I know I'm getting 7 foot 25 a game generational player, but you got to think about KD's leadership. I think about KD's not known from us watching him over he's not known as to be a leader. Doesn't galvanize the troops, right?
Yeah,
The Spurs, they're young and hungry. They're like OKC 2.0. They're young and hungry, and these guys love each other. I'm not saying KD can't bring that fire, but he doesn't. He's the type of guy in pickup when you got to go play pickup. You know he can ball. He ain't gonna say no on the court. He's gonna hoop. He don't talk on defense. He don't talk on offense. He don't call out screens. When we down by 10 or 15 points, he don't galvanize the troops. He the type of guy, man, I'm just going to hoop. This is whatever. This is another day, right?
don't
And
don't
there's
let y'all
nothing
lose.
wrong with that.
Taking the ball with him.
Mhm.
Don't let y'all
Yeah,
lose. He taking the ball home with him.
yeah, for sure. So I wouldn't break that up. I mean, and plus Katie's, I believe he's 37. You
Yeah,
know, I wouldn't not a young I'm not bringing up a young team like the Spurs or OKC, even Atlanta, because they're hungry and that team those teams can beat uh any team that KD's on, if you want to be honest, right? So that's my give or take, but good whoever came up with that, I mean, it's a good conversation to have, but I wouldn't there's no need to.
all right,
Cool.
we in
So
agreement, man.
we in agreement, yeah. So your favorite series, you were telling me. The Minnesota Timberwolves, Denver, they got the little scuffle at the end of the game. They're up 3-1 in the series.
Love that.
Ant-Man went down. DiVincenzo went down with some leg injuries. They're both, get well. DiVincenzo, another guy that's with an Achilles injury. It's like that's a thing now the past 2 seasons, especially when a player wears zero. I don't know if you noticed that, but it's like it's crazy, right?
Yeah,
Ant-Man's gonna be out for a few weeks. They're up 3-1. The kid from Illinois, I forgot his name, can't pronounce it. The kid
Sumu.
is balling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looking good, man.
balling, balling, right? This is where young guys, for example, for young guys that want to make it far, look at that kid. He is balling. So what do you think, Eves? 3-1. The Joker isn't playing that well. Rudy Gobert looking like this version of I want to say Shaq, because Shaq don't like that. He don't like Rudy Gobert. We all see that. But where do you think this series can go? What does Denver have to do to bounce back, or you think this is over?
Man, so if Ant was healthy, it's done.
Sure, 100% agreed.
Point blank. If Ant was healthy, it's done. But like you said, Ant's out. He hyperextended his knee. He's out for 2 3 weeks. Best case scenario, 2 weeks. But they play again tonight, I believe, tonight or
Play tonight,
tomorrow.
yep. Play tonight, yep.
I think, man, we seen it. So it sounds crazy to say, but we seen it. We need a Jamal Murray game. Jamal got
Yeah,
a yoke.
yeah,
You go get some
yeah,
boards, pass me the
yeah.
ball.
Pass me the ball,
Jamal,
get out my
yeah,
way. Yeah,
yeah,
clear
him
out.
little Kobe.
One of
And we
them.
seen him do it. We seen Jamal drop 50
Yeah,
balls. We seen Jamal, have great games. If they want any chance to win this series, Jamal needs to step up. He's playing great, but Jamal needs to have a big game. I'm not sure if AG is still hurt or what's going on with Aaron Gordon. We're not seeing the Aaron Gordon that we used to see. We're seeing Orlando Aaron Gordon. We're not seeing, this Denver Aaron Gordon. Cam Johnson is just stealing money. That man is just, he got to step up.
he
But
got his
yeah,
podcast going.
he out here with us, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
podcast
think
guys who got podcasts don't play well for whatever reason. I don't know why.
it's true. But yeah, I think credit to the Wolves. The Wolves earned this. Really, it's hurt. I think that ends their season. I think eventually Jokic figures out Gobert. He's had a track record of giving Gobert buckets.
Yeah,
This year, right?
yeah,
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's ain't got he got the YNs with him. He got
yeah.
Ant out there
You
talking
do.
to him. He got Julius Randle talking to him. He got McDaniels talking
Yeah,
to him. Gobert
yep,
feeling himself. So I love that. I love seeing him turned up on defense. Probably the best defensive player we've seen not since Wemby, but before Wemby, he was the best defender in the league by a landslide. So I think they come back though. I think with no Ant, I don't see the offense that they can make. Bones Holland's playing great. The Sumu's playing great, but I don't see that keep continuing without Anthony Edwards. The threat's gone. Like who do you fear? You don't fear
yeah,
Julius Randle, man. If Julius Randle wants to win this game and take 30 shots, hey, do that. I'll live and die with it. If you can let Julius Randle beat me, that's one thing. But
Mm-hmm.
I think eventually Jokic figures it out. I think Murray tonight, Murray steps up. I think he has a great game. At least 5 threes tonight, probably about 35 and 6. Jokic might have 14 and 12, low scoring game, but I love the series. I hate to see it end like this. I hate to not end, but I hate to see it come down to injuries. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. Hopefully the Wolves win. I would love to see Ant get a ring, man. I would love to see Ant
Yeah.
against Wemby. I feel like they're the two best competitors in the league. I feel like they really want to battle out for like, nah, this is my league, this is my crown. I want
Yeah.
to see that matchup, man. What you think?
I agree, bro. I think Denver will win tonight, but I think um the Wolves will finish it out, in game in the next game,
All
right?
right, I hope so.
And what I'll say, what I'm excited about is that the next series they'll play against the Spurs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And we get to see Ant-Man going against an elite defense. We get to see Ant-Man strive and go against Wemby. I think as we see these series continue to strive forward to the next series, we get to see a different element. But like you said, I want to see Ant-Man get to the finals. I want to see him win one. He's young and he's hungry.
yeah,
And unfortunately, he's honestly he's the only young American player. I'm not saying Jason Tatum. You could throw Jason Tatum. I know we talk about the young guys, but right now, Ant-Man is the guy that, like, he wants to be great.
yeah.
He wants to put the league on his back. And because the way he plays with his athleticism, we see this all the time with athletic players like John Morant, Westbrook, Vince Carter. Those knees,
Don't say
those
it, man.
legs, man.
Yeah,
I hate to say it, I don't want to say it. D Rose. I hate it. It's tough, but some of the greatest athletic guards, man, those legs, man, it just they wear out. Not to say that not him right now, but as time goes on, because he's putting so much pressure on those knees. That knee buckle. I don't know if you saw, but that knee hyperextended pretty bad.
man.
And it's bad. But yeah, I agree. Denver, Jamal Murray need to be Jamal Murray, like he playing in Rucker Park. Get out my way. Move. This stop playing games. Let's do this now, right? When he plays like that, he's a joy to watch. I'm saying the man doesn't miss. It's like put him in the Drew League in LA. Put him in Dyckman Park in New York City. Put him. I mean, my God, it's the and the crazy part is I thought he's a multi all-star. He was an all-star this year, I believe, for the first time.
First time, yeah.
Crazy, right?
You would
So
think.
he's that type of caliber. Yeah, he's that type of caliber player. He's gonna have his show tonight. Um, Last series, right? Uh, the Cleveland Cavaliers and Raptors. Cleveland came off to a hot start, going up 2-0. Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, looking like the best backcourt in the league, you know. And then they dropped to it in with Iceman coming out in a few weeks with the ice on the side of the sidelines with Drake being there for promotion, right?
Yeah,
So what I'm learning, and I'll ask you this, what I'm learning about Cleveland is that, hey, they can be beat up. They look pretty soft,
yeah.
defensively. They look like I mean, going back to Orlando, uh Raptors are playing with confidence. I mean, RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, I mean, these guys are playing with tremendous confidence. Like they have no tomorrow. So my question to you is, with this series being tied up, and they play next game is on Wednesday, that'll be game 5. Do Cleveland have a chance? Or do you see the Raptors with their confidence skyrocketing that they can go up a series and win the series?
So I gotta be consistent. I
Yeah,
always think the best player prevails, and I think Donovan Mitchell is the best player in this series by a landslide. I think it's a gap. If you whether you going to go Scotty or you go Bi or you can even go Harden, whoever you want. But I think it's a gap between Donovan Mitchell and the next best player. So
sure.
and we
Yeah,
seen, man, he can carry an offense. He can carry a team to a win. But like we said before, when you have two people that are a team in the Cavs that are known for choking, and a second
you
best
had James
player
Harden.
that is known that's known for choking.
Golly. Oh, you might want to bet on this one, Eves. You want to win some money.
And we seeing it happen, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, bro. You're right.
And
Go
I
ahead. I'm
gotta give
sorry.
him his credit, man. No, it's my fault. I'm just one last thing, man. And I'm shocked. I don't watch too much Raptors games. But Scotty Barnes, if it won't no Wemby in the league, Scotty might be the best defender in the league, man. Scotty
Yeah,
is playing
yeah,
amazing defense, man.
yeah,
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either way. I think the Raptors upset the Cavs and win this series, but it's a
yeah,
coin toss. I can see Donovan Mitchell locking in and taking over, but I can see them still faltering. And man, what happens with Cleveland? They don't go too much further.
yeah. I'll say this: if I'm the Raptors, get it to a game seven. That's what you need. When you see game seven
Yeah,
on James Harden forehead, go ahead bet the money. Go ahead and throw your parlays
yeah,
in.
man.
You want to rent gonna be paid for the next year. You can buy a new car. You can
You're
go on
right.
vacation. Go ahead and throw all your money on a game seven when James Harden is playing. You want to
Because
the
he
keep the
known to
cat
choke.
man. I'm telling you, I never seen a player this great. It's one thing to do it in the pickup game at AmFam. You know what I'm saying? But this is James Harden. Is we go back to KD when we talk about his legacy in the playoffs. I know you had enough of it in Philly with James Harden, right? I know you had enough. So you seen it firsthand. I know you was heartbroken the way he was playing in Philly when game six, game seven came around. Like he didn't even show up to the arena. He forgot his skills back at the crib. you know?
It's like it happened so fast, man. Like I forgot the exact game, but he won us. Maybe it was game 3 or game 4. He single handedly
Yeah.
won us a game in that series,
hmm
and then came
Yeah.
out the next two and just, bro, he looked like me out there.
Man,
Like,
he probably went to the club. You know, he went to the
come
club and
on, man.
forgot his skills. You know,
Yeah,
it happens, bro. But yeah, I think Cleveland should win the series. You know, we all know how great Donovan Mitchell and James Harden is. You know, Cleveland should not have a situation where they get this to a game seven. You know, they take care of business. I think similar. You know, they're going to a situation where they got to learn, but they're soft right now. They look like they can be beat up, right? And I think the Toronto, another team that's gaining confidence. But Donovan Mitchell has to put them away and remind him who he is. This is not the time to fold because last year they had a great season, then they get swept by Indiana. Who knew that was going to happen, right?
exactly.
So this is the time. This is the time, and I expect them to win Game 5 on Wednesday. On Wednesday, yep, and take care of business to finish out the series. But man, quick shout out real quick. Cooper Flagg just won Rookie of the Year after 21 points a game, lead all rookies this season. What do you think about that? What do you think about him winning Rookie of the Year?
Man, I saw it coming, man. And shout out my boy VJ. VJ had a great
hmm
year. Shout
Yeah,
out Knipple.
Nipple.
No
Yep,
disrespect to your name, man. Have you seen?
yep,
Shout out
yep.
Khan, another great season, but it's a difference between being a great player and being the man. With no Kyrie, D'Lo being D'Lo, and AD leaving, that was Coop's team. So
Yeah,
you feel me?
yeah,
He had a chance to lead his team. You gotta respect that. It didn't translate into so many wins this year, but he looked amazing as the main focus. Not surprised, man. Shout out to Cooper Flag.
yeah. Same here. You know, BJ Escom. I mean, I think he dropped 30 his first game. I'm like, oh man, he's for real. The kid is for real, and I love his game. I think he's gonna be a multi All Star. Him and like we talked about, him and Tyrese Maxey are gonna be the future. Cooper Flag was in a perfect situation of a team that pretty much gutted. AD's gone, Kyrie's hurt, Klay Thompson. You know, he got his personal issues off the. He ain't been the same since his dating life. That's a whole other topic. But
Yeah.
Cooper Flag is going to next year going to be an all-star. I believe he's going to carry. Hey, listen. Thank God he got drafted when Luka got traded. Let's say that.
Yeah.
But he's in a perfect situation. He can score at all three levels. He's a winner. He's a toughness. He mentioned in the interview that this is his worst season of his career. He doesn't lose.
Yeah.
I think in high school he only lost like one game in his whole career. AAU, I think he never lost a game. He went to Duke and probably lost. I think they lost less than 2 games. Right. So we're talking about a guy that wins at every level, and he plays with so much fierceness on both ends of the court. So salute to Cooper Flagg. Man, he might be the next white hope. That's what they said. That's what Stephen A said. Put the American flag behind his back. He'll make $1 million. I believe it. Cooper
I can
Flagg,
see
that's a
it.
perfect last name.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire. That's fire.
You know what I'm saying? So I see it. I see it, man. But cool. Well, playoffs are going on, people. A lot of great stuff, a lot of great players. This is the best time of the year. Right, best time of the year, and we're excited to dive more into it. Let's see what happens with these next couple games, and who's going to advance or who's going to come back in and win the series. So, other than that, y'all, Fourth Quarter Sports Playoff Edition, we signing out, and until next time.
Peace.